Hello everybody, my name is Winifred Ryder and welcome back to more Let's Play The Legend of Zelda the Wind Waker. This video is going to be slightly unusual. Basically the only thing that I'm really going to be doing for this episode is getting the sea chart filled in. Yep, well actually there are 49 squares with the sea chart, but I'm not going to have to get every single one of them filled in because a few of them were already filled in for us, like Dragon Reef Island and Outset Island. Yep, but other than that, I'll be getting all the other ones filled in because I would recommend getting them all filled in as early as you really can. I mean, it's a pretty big hassle to do them all at once. It can take quite a while, but it's good to know where everything is. And then again, the only real purpose to having, well, yeah, unless you have like this elaborate map printed out, it's really a good idea to have it all filled out, because then you know where everything is, and you'll see that, well, obviously, yeah, I am post-commentating this, and I'm not gonna read out every single thing here. I mean, like, yeah, you know how to read, and hopefully I left enough. I didn't just skip through all of it, and you'll be able to read all the little tips that these guys give you as well. And so my plan for doing this was to sort of go in a Zamboni type of line. Like, I started on one end and I just spiral around and then, you know, gradually get a smaller circle each time. So that's basically what I was trying to do. So this is all that's really going to be going on for this episode. It's kind of just a thing that I wanted to get out of the way, because I mean, like, it's not like this is the most enjoyable thing in the world to do. Actually, this took me almost 2 hours to record. And I wasn't messing around either. I was just going straight from fish to fish. It's just all that sailing all the time you spend can really add up. But I think you could do this as early as, let me think. Well, I know that when you're done the Dragon Roost Cavern, you basically, oh wait, I just found these guys. It's in the same square that I was just at. And I figured I might as well talk to him now, because if I don't talk to him now, I won't be able to find him again. So, yeah, you just see these guys in this square here, and I basically talked to them, and they introduced you how treasure charts work. I don't really know why they decide to put it here, but anyway, so that's just what I'm doing now. They basically just give you a free treasure chart as well. That's the only reason why I really am talking to them. But yeah. So, let me think, how early could you do this? I know that when you're done Dragon Roost Cavern, you have to go pretty much straight to the Forbidden Woods. I don't think it'll let you go anywhere else. And then after you're done that, you have to go to Great Fish Isle. But, and then after you visit Great Fish Isle, you could go anywhere you wanted to. But the thing is, it's that curse, and it's all rainy. I suppose the fish would still be out, but the question is, would Beetle be there? Because I had to stop and talk to Beetle quite a few times, but I suppose it would be. I can't think of any other time that he's never out. So yeah, I think you could do this as early as when you're done the forest, the Forbidden Woods, and you have just finished talking to the Rito postman at Great Fish Isle. Yeah. Well, actually, I didn't do this too much after that. I only did a few more stuff. Well, I did go to Outset, but other than that, yeah, I did it more or less as soon as you possibly could. You could fill in a few on the way, but you can't go everywhere. Basically, what'll happen is if you go there before you do the stuff at Great Fish Isle, and you go somewhere that that's nowhere near where you're supposed to go, then basically your boat will turn around and say, hey man, can't go this way, nice try, but it ain't happening. So, and then he just turns you right around and says, yeah, get in the right direction, or else I'll hit you with my face. He has a very flexible neck. He can turn his neck easily 180 degrees to look back at you. And that's kind of strange, seeing how he's made of wood, and I've never seen wood twist like that, but I think I'm overthinking something. That island looks like a banana. Yeah, there's not a lot to talk about here, really. It's just me filling in the sea chart. Just, going from fish to fish. Fish. I've never really been a huge fan of fish. Sushi's alright, lobster's alright, crab's alright, but I've never really been a huge fan of cooked fish. Like salmon. I don't know. Just the smell is really nasty. That's one of the main things that puts me off of it. Like, I know that fish is supposed to be really healthy, but personally I never was really able to stand it. I mean, some is okay, yeah, I'll give you that, but some of it smells like crap too. It's ridiculous. So yeah, flight control platform. This is a really cool island here, if you could even call it an island. I suppose I could go to it relatively soon. Well, I have to pick up one more upgrade before I do it. But yeah, then I guess I could come here. Because this is the first time in the game that you're really able to actually go do stuff in between temples. Because in between the first temple, you're pretty much thrown into the first temple pretty early in the game. You don't have a lot of time to do anything else. But the second one, there's a little bit of stuff you can do, but still not a lot. And then, yeah, once you're done the second temple, the time in between when you're doing the second temple and the third temple, you have a lot of time to run around picking stuff up, and I'll probably be doing that a lot. It'll probably be a while till I actually do get to the third temple. I mean, like, there's one thing I have to do before I can actually go there. So I'll do that. I'll get to the point where I could go there whenever I wanted to. But from that point on, I think that I'll be getting a lot of stuff. Maybe not all the stuff that I could possibly get at that time, but definitely a lot, because, well, it's stuff that's useful to get. And also, I always really preferred getting all the side quest stuff, like picking up heart pieces. I've always preferred that over actually doing dungeons in Zelda games. I suppose a lot of people would argue about that. Maybe some people don't even like doing all those side quests, but that's actually my favorite part about doing Zelda games. I mean, like, sure, the dungeons are great, the story is great, but I really like the side quests, what can I tell you? And that's more than the main reason why I like Majora's Mask as much as I do. Majora's Mask being my favorite Zelda game out there. Actually, the first time I played Majora's Mask, well, actually, the first time I played it is one of my friends brought the game over to my house. Or maybe I went over to his, I don't know. But anyway, the first time I played it is when my friend had it. So I played it, I think it was actually at my house, but, so he brought the game. And I played it for about an hour, and I got all the way up to the point where you're at the Deku Palace, I think. You know the part where you have to, get the monkey's all tied up, and you have to go messing around with, like, the bean plants and all that. I got all the way up to that point, and the thing about Majora's Mask it has a really slow start to it. The first hour of gameplay or so really doesn't grab you. So the first time I played it, I'm like, this game sucks. And then my friend's like, oh, come on, man, just give it another shot. And I keep saying, no, this game sucks. This is a crappy sequel to Ocarina of Time. And he's like, oh, come on, man, you get to be a Zora, a Goron, isn't that cool? I'm like, yeah, but it'll be days till I get to that point, so screw it. And he kept trying to convince me. He's like, it's actually a really good game. And I'm like, yeah. Up yours. And so I think eventually I did come around and I said, I just borrowed the game from him. And I got to playing it, and I'm like, holy crap, this is a really good game. But at that point, after playing it for about an hour after that, well, actually what happened was I got all the way up to the point where you have to go, the witch in the woods. I got all the way up to the point where you have to give her the red potion, but that part kept really pissing me off. I mean, at first, what Majora's Mask does is I wasn't aware of how you're supposed to bring out the item in the middle of the conversation, because you don't do that in like any other Zelda game. So I'm like, come on, I'm trying to give you this potion, but it's not working. So that really made me mad. And then at that point, I didn't understand how the 3-day cycle worked. So what I ended up doing, like I'm like, well, this game is so weird. You have to do this. You have to like keep doing this stuff over and over again. I didn't really get how the system worked. Basically, how the system is, you get a mask, or let's say you get a bottle, and then once you get the bottle, then you can go back in time to the first day again, and you'll still have the bottle. So I didn't know that. I thought that you'd lose the bottle going back in time. But the only thing that you really do lose when you go back in time is rupees. And that's okay, because if you have enough rupees that you're going to want to keep, then you just put them in the bank and then you won't lose them. And that's really the only thing that you do end up losing. And progress. If you're like halfway through a temple and you set the time back to the first day, then all your progress is gone. But if you finish the temple and you beat the boss and then you go back in time, then your progress is saved, just not if you're in the middle of it. So I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm practically doing an LP of Majora's Mask when I'm doing Wind Waker now, but well, what can I say? There's not a lot else to talk to. I'm just doing the same thing over and over again. I thought about speeding this up, but then I thought, I probably am going to want to show the tips that they give you, even though they're kind of common sense stuff too. And then Bomb Island looks remarkably like a sperm cell, but okay. So yeah, so these guys keep talking about like this ship that'll supposedly give you shivers. Here's Forest Haven. I'm surprised that it's not that kind of island that gets marked on your map for you, because, well, I mean, like Outside Island was, and was Windfall? It might have been, and Dragon Roost Island was. So I haven't actually showed off the treasure charts so far. I've been picking up all these treasure charts, and I haven't actually been doing anything with them. I sort of thought about getting the treasure charts, like, all in one video like this, but I don't think I will, because, well, there's stuff that you're going to want to get, and you're not going to want to leave them all for last. I mean, because it'll be good to have them, and you don't, like I said, it's good to have them early on in the game so you have a lot of time to appreciate them and use them. You don't see this, but I actually ran into TLoZ like a million times when I was doing this. I mean, like, I didn't get teleported anywhere because it's easy to keep your distance from him, but I saw him like a good 3, 4, 5 times, and maybe once you get to this point in the game, you see him more often than normal, because we're not going to have to go about the game living in fear of him, where we actually can do something about him, but we need to get something first. Because, yeah, I tried to take him out with bombs, and my boomerang, but I don't think it could work if you use bombs, but you have to have incredible aim, and you're not supposed to do it that way, so I don't think you could actually do it with bombs or the boomerang. I'd like to see that, though, if you actually could do it, but I don't think you can. Anyway, we're sort of coming up to the end of this video here. Yeah, I'm sorry this wasn't really much of a video here. Well, I am making some pretty decent progress. I mean, making about 2 hours, a little less than 2 hours worth of progress in about a 15-minute video, so that's pretty good. And it's definitely a good thing to have. So yeah, I'm pretty much wrapping up this video. Oh, you'll see that we couldn't actually get, yeah, there's this one square that we can't fill out at this point in the game. We will be able to really soon, but we can't do it right now. So I believe this is the last one here. Yeah, Eastern Fairy Island. Yeah, you'll see that there's that one square that we can't get, and interestingly enough, it's in the middle of those 3 points that we weren't able to, that we have to go. So that's interesting, but I think I'll see you next time. So have a nice day.